So we have to kick it off with this disturbing news out of New Jersey and Colorado. Both states passing laws now making abortion available throughout the entire pregnancy, all the way up to 40 weeks. And both states are now touting clinics that have opened or are about to open. The one in Colorado is leaning in. They say, oh, we're going to draw the line at 34 weeks. 34. Now, not to make this personal, but I did ask Abby, my assistant, who went into early labor on her first child. She had her child at 31 weeks. And she's a beautiful, vibrant, awesome kid. 31. They are talking about killing babies at 34 weeks and beyond in Colorado and New Jersey. They've lost their ever-loving minds. Allie Beth, what do you make of it?
Oh, my goodness. Well, let me preempt what I know is a rebuttal that a lot of pro-choicers say. You've got a lot of reasonable, moderate people in your audience who might be thinking, well, Megyn, they only have abortions at 34 weeks or in the third trimester because there's something wrong with the mother. They've got to save the mother's life, or there's something wrong with the child. Look, the reality is, and this is not just me, this is an OBGYN perspective that I've heard many times. There is never a reason at that point in the pregnancy to kill the baby to save the mother. If the mother has to deliver, that does happen. She has preeclampsia or something like that. You deliver the child. There's no reason to kill the child first. And look, if a child has some kind of fatal fetal anomaly diagnosis, then you still care for the child. I don't believe that a diagnosis of special needs should justify the murder of a human being in or outside of the womb. There really is no justification for this whatsoever.
The one in Colorado is opening because the one they had been using, called the Boulder Abortion Clinic, just closed its doors after Dr. Warren Hearn retired following 50 years of performing late-term abortions in Boulder. And the Washington Times reporting that at least half of his late-term clients had no diagnosis of severe fetal abnormalities. Not a one, at least half. They say it as follows. The Atlantic did an article on this in 2023. Quote, the reason doesn't really matter to Hearn. Hearn believes the viability of fetus is determined not by gestational age, but by a woman's willingness to carry it. And so now this new clinic is going to become one of an estimated 5 U.S. clinics offering abortions up to 34 weeks of gestation, which is 10 weeks after fetal viability, where that child can live on its own outside of the womb. It's so disgusting. It's amazing to me. Colorado has no limits whatsoever. And one pro-life woman posted this video, Allie. Her name is Lydia Taylor Davis, and she's part of Students for Life. She called one of these abortion clinics, I don't know which one, just to see what they would say if she was like inquiring about getting an abortion at 34 weeks. A warning to the audience, this is disturbing. Here it is.
How can I help you?
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart. Lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus. After that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then we'll give you a medication called misoprostol. Misoprostol will sort of induce contraction, will assist you in sort of pushing in the induction, and then remove all of the products of conception. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time.
Wow. What jumped out at me there, Allie Beth, was the products of conception. We'll make sure the products of conception are out of you.
Yes, they have to euphemize before they euthanize this child because they know that saying what they're doing, killing this child, just isn't good PR. It's not good messaging. So they've had to dehumanize what a baby in the womb is so much so that people will be calloused when they hear about abortion. And I just want to decode something there. That woman on the other end, she said, we inject something called KCL. KCL stands for potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is the same chemical combination that is used in the lethal injection of death row inmates to stop their heart. However, of course, how that is conducted on death row inmates is actually a lot more merciful because they are put to sleep before this. But for a child, that is injected to the heart, into the heart of the baby, this wiggling, living human being injected into their heart to force cardiac arrest, to force a painful heart attack in this baby. And then they are delivered and dismembered and discarded like toxic waste. That is what is happening in the second and third trimester abortions that they're acting like is no big deal, just like a root canal.
Oh my God. I mean, I hate to even ask this, but what do they do with the remains of 34-week-old babies who are killed like that by their own mothers? Like, there's no burial. They're not going to a cemetery. I mean, are they treated like medical waste?
They're treated like medical waste, or in some cases, from what we've seen from investigations over the years, they are donated to science. We know this actually, the NIH has talked about funding that kind of research before, and they'll say, oh, it's an elective abortion, so it's no big deal. But of course, there probably is some kind of monetary incentive there. I don't think we really truly know just how dark this industry is. I mean, if you're willing to kill a child, I don't think that you have any moral limits that would stop you from profiting off of that.
It's amazing, like the procedure we just discussed, and the potassium chloride injected into the baby's heart by its mother, by his or her own mother. It's just so dark when you actually frame it in real terms, which you're never afraid to do. You've been so good on this issue. You actually went on that show, Surrounded, which Charlie went on, Ben Shapiro's gone on. They asked me to go on there, Allie Beth. I was like, I'm not going on there. That's crazy talk. I'm not doing it. So hats off to you for taking on the challenge. You're very brave. And you're an expert on this. Like, you're so good on this issue. And you took on 20 young people who were very pro-choice. And here's a little bit of how that went in SOP 15.
When the majority of abortions happen, which is in the first 6 weeks of pregnancy, that fetus has not developed pain receptors. That doesn't happen till maybe at the earliest 10 weeks, Allie.
So are you saying that
most
murder...
experts say 22 to 24 weeks.
Is killing only wrong if someone can feel pain?
It's wrong for you to characterize it as violent.
It is
and
violent.
Painful when it's not.
It is violent. There are a lot of people who are murdered who can't feel it. Are you saying that murder is justified because they can't feel it?
No, we're talking about abortion.
We're talking
Allie,
about
we're not talking about something else. We're talking about abortion. Abortion is health care for women who need it, who have unwanted pregnancies.
In what other case is killing an innocent
girls
person?
Who have been raped, who have experienced incest, Allie?
That's less than 1% of all abortions. If I said to you, okay, fine, we will only allow, which this is not my position, but if I said we will only allow abortion in those 1% of cases in which it's rape or incest, would you agree with me to ban the rest of abortions?
The denial of abortion health care to women is 100% harmful to the woman who absolutely needs it.
And abortion is 100% harmful to the child.
Well done. So not to college students in that instance, but progressives who are opposed to you on the issue. And that guy was, I don't know what that guy's stake in it was, but boy, oh boy, he really wanted those babies killed.
Yes, he was very worked up. That was such an experience. It was actually the day before Charlie's memorial. I was working on very little sleep. I was sad. There was so much stress and I wanted to cancel. But one of the last conversations that Charlie and I had was about Jubilee. He loved Jubilee. He loved debating, as we all know. He was the best at it. And he had sent me probably 40 texts in a row saying, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to go in there. This is the strategy. And I really carried that with me. I really did. And I felt like, of course, I'm trying to do this for the glory of God. I'm trying to do this for conservatives and Christians. But I really felt like also, I want to do this for Charlie, because I know that if he were here, he would say, you cannot cancel this. You have to go in there. You have to go in the lion's den. So yeah, I was very, very grateful. And actually the first person who sat down, they didn't show this in the final cut, but he was so sweet. He sat down and he said, I am so sorry about your friend Charlie. And that completely changed the tone of the entire debate. And it really did kind of just endear me to them and made it easier to debate them.
Due to overwhelming demand for free silver from Birch Gold Group, they have extended the current promotion through Veterans Day on November 11th. Here's the deal. Buy gold and get free silver, which happens to be surging in price. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold by Veterans Day, Birch Gold will send you a free 1-ounce patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Gold is up over 60% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they will send you free silver honoring our veterans. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold is waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. Text MK to the number 989898 right now for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with purchase before November 11th. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.